This is Digital Marketing Asia, covering everything digital in Asia. Hi and welcome back to Digital Marketing Asia. My name is Anthony Konduris and this is our 10th podcast titled The Mobile Web. And this session we'll be looking at whether or not to create a mobile website or to go the mobile application route. Really important planning decision to make at the beginning. And then optimizing the mobile website so that it presents best to the user depending on the experience they're expecting. And then we're also going to showcase some examples of successful applications of the mobile web. But before we begin, let's just take a look at the penetration of 3G handsets in Southeast Asia. So if you see from this column here, you can see that between 2008 and 2009, the number of page views grew 600%. So the number of people accessing the mobile web increased 600% in 2008. Likewise, we can see the number of handsets, 3G handsets in 2010 is almost the same number of 2G handsets in Singapore. So it's a good time to start thinking about the mobile web. So whether or not to go mobile web or mobile app. Okay, here's a straight cut example. If you're taking text, very simple text which exists on your current site, and you wish to port that from your desktop site to a more accessible version via the mobile web makes perfect sense. The other thing which we can see with the adoption of the mobile web is with 3G handsets, it's faster now than it ever was before. The data plans are a lot cheaper and more affordable, so people are less conscious about using mobile web. In fact, the users are becoming quite comfortable using and taking advantage of the widespread available of Wi-Fi. So using mobile web offers two great advantages. It's very, very good accessibility. It doesn't run into the problems that mobile apps do, which are notoriously difficult for rolling out to many handsets. And the cost and time of delivery is approximately 75% less than doing a mobile app. But here's some examples of where I think you should be considering a mobile app, and that is when we're serving a rich media experience or rich content experience. So here we have real-time statistics, information that's being ported in from a database, potentially storing user values. Here we need a predictable experience, and really you need to be considering mobile application build to make sure that this thing can deliver the speed and the predictability of the display that you want to achieve. The other interesting thing about apps is the users are becoming quite clever at how they integrate all their different applications to create a more custom experience. So if you have a mobile app, you could very well integrate it with Google Maps or videos, existing calendars, Twitter and Facebook. So with mobile applications, it's fantastic when you want to serve a predictable experience for complex routines. It's also really good for learning-based apps where you don't want that page lag. You really want content coming instantly to the user. Now, once you've decided to go down the route of building a mobile website, you really need to make sure that you optimize it to make the most of the user experience. So one of the things that we can do for you at Firestarter is our mobile web will detect the kind of 3G handset the user is accessing the site with and serve them a site which takes advantage of their screen resolution and the functions of the handset. What we also promote is rapid access. Users want the most essential information, so when we're deciding what content to bring over from the desktop site, it's very likely that we won't show everything. We'll just give them what we think a mobile user is looking for. Likewise, we'll make the page very low weight. Unfortunately, one of the disadvantages of mobile web is it's still quite slow and page refresh times are low. Of course, what they are really looking for is just the information. No big pictures, no sophisticated diagrams. Users are quite happy to look at that later when they're viewing the site via a desktop. We'll also try to understand where is the user right now and what is it that they really need from your site. So the mobile web may look very different and function differently than the desktop version. It may have videos and maps as a very high priority, and in fact it might even make appointments as being something which is very important. So now that we've talked about what we can do for you, here's some great examples of mobile web to get you thinking about it. Real estate sites are really making the most of location-based sites location-based mobile sites which tell you real estate that's close to where you are right now. They're also offering forms, things which you can fill in really quickly, and then later you can have a more in-depth contact, either via telephone or via email. This one here, which is a medical site, really does satisfy immediate needs. I have a problem, tell me what's wrong. Or for instance, local health listings. I have a problem and I want to find a place that's close by. This finance mobile site just gives me the top updates of what's happening statistically. It doesn't go into in-depth information. It simply plots what I'm looking for right now, and later I can go into the desktop version and get more information. Restaurant mobile sites really can be improved. What I've seen of them, a lot of them are built in Flash, which makes them difficult to view via mobile. This is a great example where it shows you things like where are you located. For instance, the user is in the car and they just want to know what your address is, or they wish to make a reservation, so what's the telephone number. This one's also great because it gives you directions and also tells you the hours of operation. This is a really good mobile site that was done by Domino's. One of the things I really like about logistics sites which offer tracking is I can use my desktop to do the ordering, but then I can use my handset just to check on the status. Really useful. So I hope that was fruitful. Let's go look at some fees and timings now, what we can offer for you. So an entry-level mobile site, including user experience, the design, all the coding, talked about how we can make it work on a 3G and 2G handset, and uploading the content is approximately 5,000 Sing to pull it off. And that will take us approximately 1 to 2 weeks to get it up and running. Thanks very much for joining me. If you have any questions, please contact us at info@firestarter.com.sg or visit our website www.firestarter.com.sg. This is Digital Marketing Asia, covering everything digital in Asia.